Moments of Truth with Andrew Marks, co-founder of Success Hacker. Today I have with me Mike Salazar, Enterprise Customer Success Manager at Sisense. Mike, thanks for making time for me today. Tell us a bit about your company and what you're responsible for in your role.
Thanks for having me, Andrew. I appreciate you taking the time. Sisense as a company and platform looks to empower analytics builders, developers, data engineers, and business analysts to simplify complex data and transform it into powerful analytical apps. I am responsible for overseeing global relationships of some of our largest and most strategic enterprise organizations.
It's a tool to help you build custom analytic applications?
That's right. Yes, it's a business intelligence platform that looks to help organizations derive insights and value through their complex data.
Excellent. Well, thanks for spending time with me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Unlike a more homogeneous application such as CRM or ERP, platforms such as Sisense present a complexity to a customer success team. The reality is that you could have 500 customers, each with a different use case and application of your technology. What strategies or best practices should CSMs take into account for tailoring a business review for each of their unique clients?
It's a great question, and I think it's important to emphasize, a certain portion of that here at Sisense, due to the complexities around the use cases of our clients, and each one being so unique. It's important that myself and our organization are tailoring our business reviews in twofold. One is our own personal objectives and company strategy for the partnership itself. So we're obviously looking to protect revenue and grow the relationship and help drive new revenue and new business cases. And on the client side, we're looking to tailor our business reviews based on what they're defining as value, what they're interested in understanding. And generally for clients, their reasoning behind having a business review, meeting with our executive leadership, is to not only understand and work with us on how they're defining the value that they're extracting or deriving out of the application, but it's an opportunity for both organizations in the partnership to come together to plan the future of our relationship. So CSMs within our organization are tailoring each business review first and foremost by identifying what I call an event, the situation of the event. Is this an opportunity, to come together to help protect the revenue of the relationship? Is it an opportunity for us to grow? And then on the client side, and kind of the next step would be collaborating with our day-to-day champions or sponsors within the organization to better understand what they would find of value, what they want to hear and see. And then from there, you're tailoring the agenda based on both of those topics. Now, once you're obviously conducting the EBR, you always want to keep in the back of your mind and relate back to the client's objectives.
So protect is all about ensuring they're getting value out of what they've already invested. And then grow is looking for those opportunities. And if you've done your homework, as you should as a CSM, you understand your customer's business and you're able to make suggestions and connect the dots between what you're seeing happening with their business or what you're reading in their annual reports or on their blog posts or what have you, to what you as a product can do to support that.
Yes, absolutely. And it goes a little bit beyond that as well. So protecting revenue, it's important that we're working with clients so that they can understand and actually hold and see what sort of value, whether that's working with them on their monetization, data monetization strategies and their use of our platform in maybe what we define as an OEM model, or for an internal analytics, working with different departments and organizations in helping them with their decision making process based off the insights that they're getting out of the application through their data. In terms of driving revenue from our end, it relates back to adoption of the platform. So identifying areas within an organization that might not be data driven, or maybe the organization has never thought of monetizing the data that they collect. For us, our objectives are obviously keeping our customers as clients, and also ensuring that we're driving more value for them. And on the client side, it's what value is being derived today and where else can we derive value.
Now, I'm a big fan of learning from mistakes. Not everybody can jump on a rocket ship that's in flight. And I think, in at least in my career, I learned more from my failures than I did from my successes. Do you have an example or a story or an experience where a business review, whether your own or a peer on your team, somebody that you've worked with, just did not go well because they weren't prepared?
Unfortunately, yes, I've seen it. On a personal level, it's happened to me. Not necessarily because I didn't attempt to prepare by any means, but there's always situations that come up that are very hard to predict or forecast. But yeah, I generally hold the same mentality, and we, as a CS organization, if there is a customer that does end up leaving us to go maybe to one of our competitors or something else, we're always conducting what we call lessons learned from it, as to prevent something like that happening in the future.
Are you able to do those often enough with the actual customer who's leaving, or is it just an internal conversation?
We do try to do a postmortem or a lessons learned with clients that are leaving. Obviously, we're looking to develop strong relationships at not only on a personal level, or excuse me, not only on a professional level, but a personal level as well. So we're always trying. If a customer does leave us, we want to understand why. More or less what's the reasoning behind that. There's been times where I've completely understood and have told a client, you're making a good decision here around that. So yeah, we're always looking to work with clients on that if they are leaving, to understand why. And then internally, we try to take it even deeper and further back in the history of our relationship to understand what was that flex point. What could we have done differently in terms of our strategy, in terms of the implementation, the adoption strategy, the monetization strategy, whatever it may be.
Because it's not just about you either. There are other organizations, there are other teams within your organization at play here. So, if it's a product issue, you feed it back to product, or maybe it's not a good market fit, you provide that feedback back to marketing, or maybe the expectations weren't set appropriately in the sales process. You're feeding all that back to those different teams so that they understand what's happened.
Yeah, look, we have a philosophy here. We win as a team and we lose as a team.
Yeah.
So there's never anything singling out. If a customer tells us the reasoning behind their decision to leave us is because of product, in reality, it's actually not because of the product team. It's more or less, a business reason behind it. They're not deriving value from it. And it's the job of our organization and team to ensure that they're deriving value and helping organizations meet their goals and initiatives. If a client does leave, ultimately it's because of that reason. They didn't derive value and you didn't help them with their initiatives.
Got it. Great. Thank you. I appreciate the insights, and thanks for spending some time with me this morning.
No, thanks for having me.